日本国内で1700万利用者数を誇る中国 SNS アプリ、TikTok は本当に安全なのでしょうか。TikTok 世界の利用者数は10億突破、10代と20代の人の中で大人気の SNS アプリです。中国の影響力、特に子供への影響力に対する懸念があるため、最近アメリカでは強く懸念されています。スパイ活動などの安全保障上の危険もあれば、中国共産党は TikTok を通して左翼思想や有害コンテンツを若者に押し付けています。
As we mentioned in our conversation with Mike Gallagher earlier, one of the main ways the authoritarian Chinese regime is pursuing its stated aim of replacing America as the world's leading superpower is through technology. And there's one technology weapon they're using that is particularly insidious and a particularly worrying threat, not least because it is, according to recent data, the #1 place where young Americans get their news. And that is, if you could believe it, the Chinese regime's video app, TikTok. The one person who's been most clear and strong in his warnings about the threat from TikTok and what we should do about it is Federal Communications Commissioner Brendan Carr, appointed to that position by President Trump in 2017. Brendan Carr joins us now. You've been so ahead of everyone on this. Could you just lay out for us as you see it, what is the range of threats from TikTok? Why we need to take it so seriously?
Yeah, thanks, Steve. There's really two main buckets of issues here. One is national security that we've talked a lot about, but the second is mental health. There's something very unique about TikTok. As you indicated, more than 2/3 of all teens in the U.S. are now on TikTok. And parents think of TikTok the way they think of social media they're used to, like Twitter, like LinkedIn maybe, like Facebook, where you're following your friends, your colleagues. That's not at all how TikTok works. TikTok, as soon as you go on there, you're being fed content derived from a algorithm based in Beijing. A study just came out a couple weeks ago that showed that accounts set up for 13-year-old girls were showing eating disorder and self-harm content within 30 minutes of those accounts being set up, and in some cases, in 3 minutes. And we know this is nefarious because that's not the content being showed to kids in China. In China, the version of the app that's available there is showing things like science exhibits, museum experiments, educational material. And again, here, our kids are getting shown things called the Blackout Challenge, which encourages kids to suffocate themselves to get a high. And in fact, we've seen almost 20 kids now, I believe, that have died from doing that in the U.S.
I mean, it's so shocking. I've sort of read about it, but the way you lay it out there, it is so despicable. And you have all the media up in arms about, Russian meddling and so on. This is really, really subversive. Do you feel that this message has been understood by policymakers?
It's really growing. I've been very pleased. Congressman Gallagher, who you had on here, along with one of his Democrat colleagues, Krishnamurthy, has a bill they introduced last Congress that would ban TikTok nationwide. And that's great because I think we're really seeing bipartisan concern here. Almost 30 states have now stepped up, the governors, to ban TikTok on state devices. Governor DeSantis was early on this. Governor Noem was early on this. Democrat Senator Mark Warner. Because the national security issues are clear. There was just a report a couple weeks ago that TikTok came clean and said that they were surveilling the location of U.S. journalists that were reporting negatively on TikTok. That's a nightmare scenario. There was a report that ahead of our midterm election, operators in Beijing, the CCP's propaganda arm, was using TikTok to target select U.S. politicians for criticism. So this is a big issue, and we got to get this across the finish line and fully ban the app or require some sort of divestiture that breaks the corporate chain back to Beijing.
I mean, President Trump tried to do this. Can you just remind us what happened there, and what's the sort of next step? Does it have to be Congress? Could the administration do it?
Yeah, President Trump issued an executive order to effectively ban TikTok. That was reversed with the new administration. There was also a court loss along the way to that reversal. But for the last 2 years now, the Biden administration's Treasury Department has a committee called CFIUS, Committee on Foreign Investment, and they've been looking at TikTok. They have the power to force a divestiture or ban the app outright. And I think that's where we should go. I mean, look, increasingly the national security experts in this administration that are part of that CFIUS review are speaking out publicly. FBI Director Chris Wray has said the FBI has serious concerns. CIA Director Burns has expressed concerns. The Director of National Intelligence, Avril Haines, has spoken out and said parents should be concerned. So we're heading in the right direction, but we've got to finish this off. We can't just keep navel-gazing because at the end of the day, TikTok is here. It's operating again. 2/3 of all teens are on it, so we've got to get forward with an action.
Exactly. No more talking. We've got to do it. You've been brilliant. And even, to, as I said, I thought I knew about this issue, but the way you laid it out for us just then, absolutely compelling and chilling. But thank you for all the work you've done on this. Let's hope we get the action soon, and let's stay in touch on it. Commissioner Carr, thank you so much.